3D depth tattoo inside the skin is one of the coolest effects out there. It's all achieved simply by mastering light and shadow. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crush this optical illusion using a 7RM. I'm Ben, let's waste no time, let's learn. Before we move on, I've prepped the design for you. Take a screenshot right now so you can use it later for your shading practice. This is the best way to master this 3D effect. Let's get to work. For the transfer, I'm using Tattoo Pharma Transfer Rio. Pro tip, when transferring the stencil, always use a paper towel and press gently over the design. Instead of using your fingers, the paper towel gives you an even, sharp transfer without any smudges. This is how you get that perfect, clean base for your work. Don't skip this. After applying the stencil, I dry it with a hairdryer for a few minutes to make sure it's completely set. This step ensures the stencil stays locked in and won't smudge while I'm working on those details. For gray wash, I'm using 2 cups. In the first cup, I add just 2 drops of ink, and for the second one, 6 drops of ink. Then, I top both cups with 10 drops of shading solution. This gives me the perfect contrast levels to build that deep 3D effect. Mix it well, and let's get to work. We're starting right from the dark side. To get that deep, carved-in look, you have to pack the darkest tones against the edges first. I'm using the 7RM needle to saturate the black smoothly, then pulling the shade outwards to create a soft gradient. Remember, the stronger the contrast at the borders, the more that 3D effect pops. Check the angle. I'm holding the machine at a slight 75 to 90 degree tilt to let the 7RM needles graze the skin perfectly. For those straight edges, you can actually pull a clean line using the side of your 7RM. Just focus on the needle tips and keep your hand pressure perfectly controlled. Use slow, circular motions on the dark side, then transition into a fast whip stroke as you move out. This creates a seamless blend. Once your edges are sharp, it's time for the shading. We're layering those gray washes to build that realistic depth. Stay focused and take your time. Now, let's focus on the shading. You must be very careful about where your shade starts, where it ends, and which direction your movement is headed. We are using a flicking or whip technique here. Never stay in one spot and avoid semicircle motions. Imagine the needle is like an airplane. It enters the skin at the darkest point, and as it reaches the end of the stroke, it smoothly lifts off from the skin. This creates a perfect silky fade. There are a few critical tips here. Must keep your machine voltage steady so your shade doesn't become patchy. Never apply too much pressure. Let the needle tips do the work themselves. Also, must clean the needle tip regularly so the gray wash tones remain pure and the colors don't get dirty or muddy. Another key technique, always shade in the direction of the light source to maintain the 3D perspective of the work. One more thing. Always use a thin layer of ointment to keep the skin soft. And remember, layering is much better than forcing the pigments. Build the depth of the work gradually to achieve a real and realistic look. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button. This helps the YouTube algorithm deliver this video to someone who really needs it. And I have a question for you. What brand of needles are you using these days? Write it for me in the comments so we can all use each other's experiences. Now, let's go to finish these layers. But wait, stay with me until the end of the video, because right after this, I want to tell you a few critical tips and advanced techniques that will completely change your perspective on how to execute 3D depth. You don't want to miss these secrets at all. Let's get to it. As I promised, here are the advanced secrets for that 3D effect. First, contrast is king. If your darks aren't deep enough, the highlights will never show themselves. Second, the layer-by-layer technique. Use a light gray wash and darken it little by little to build dimension within the shade. Third, and most importantly, make sure to check the description, as it will be something every tattoo artist needs. And most important of all, needle hang. Set the needle out far enough so you can see exactly where the tip hits the skin. If you guess, precision is impossible. Learn these, and your work will come alive off the skin. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new, subscribe for more professional tutorials. And make sure to watch the recommended video I've placed here. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck!